What's up, YouTube? It's Louis here. I hope you're all well today. Not because of Bitcoin. We anticipated this dump in the chat. I'm just gonna get rid of this for now. We actually called this dump in the chat. I told everyone in the chat yesterday that I couldn't believe this was a fake out in the end. Here we go. Now, no way Bitcoin broke out and back into the falling wedge. Fake outs usually mean it wants to continue the trend it's in, and that's a downtrend, so that means lower lows. If Bitcoin loses current support, which was this green line here, 37.4, 37.5k, then it would drop about 2% minimum. Minimum it dropped 2%. If you want to play it safe, you can just take a trade down to here, but what this means is that it wants lower lows, and that's what we said in the chat yesterday. So like you could have had a trade to play it safe by taking it just to here, but of course this signal right there with the fake out is basically saying that it wants to continue the trend, and the trend is down, so you should get lower lows and go below this low. So but I also said if we did now bounce from here and break out, then you would have that same target up at 40.7k. But again, with the news with what's going on in the world with the missile attack, then of course we dump to the lower band of the broadening falling wedge, and now of course this is a bullish pattern. We've now come back into very key support. This was actually the true bottom for Bitcoin, because this is where we got the reaction from, and then confirmed that support had a little pump but got held down, got pushed down by those EMAs. You see that massive wick rejection, then you completely lost this support but reclaimed it, and when we reclaimed it, we never back tested it as support. And I told you guys this. What else did I tell you? When we broke out here, we never backtested this as support. When we broke above this wick over here and this wick here at 39k, I said we never backtested this support. And I told you guys I'm not buying anything. I'm not buying anything because we're still under the head and shoulders neckline. But again, no one wants to believe me. And targets that I was saying and are getting laughed at, it looks like they're going to be met eventually now. Like with Quant, for example, I was getting so much hate on Quant saying it's going to go to $70. But if we look at it right now, at $150, I was calling for 70. But along this whole way up, I was getting laughed at. I said we never backtested anything as support. We're going to roll over. And we are still in a target to $70 for that. But moving over to Bitcoin, I want to go through these trades with you. I took a trade in the chat yesterday, so that was one. Obviously, I don't know if people took it, but that was a nice 20% short just down to this low once you lost this support. But of course, if you lose this support, I told you guys many times in the last week, if we lose this support, we're going to test these supports down here. I was telling you guys on the daily time frame. Remember, I said this is what's holding us up at the moment. We're going to get a reaction, because you always get a reaction at support. Was it strong enough? Absolutely not. We put a wick to the top, it wants to drop, and I told you guys if we lose this low, we're coming back to these lows down here, and that's exactly what we've done now. And we are testing this true support, so actually we're going to get a reaction, and that's what we're seeing. We're seeing a reaction over here. Will this be enough to push price back to the EMAs? Well, that's what price needs to do. It needs to come back to the EMAs like this, like how we got overextended, and eventually come back. Are we then going to break above them, or like here, are we going to confirm them as resistance? Because if we do confirm these as resistance, again, we should put lower lows and lose this low. And you can see that the next low for Bitcoin would be obviously this wick, but it's not a very strong support. It was just a little quick wick down and it jumped back up above the true support. You can see this was true resistance here, and now it's true support. Because even over here, you never back tested it along this way up, and no one was talking about that. So if we were to lose this support, I'd expect Bitcoin to drop back down to the 1.272 around 32.4.5k. But again, guys, we need to realize that if you are even coming down there, you're losing the 1 at 33k. And we know that if we do lose the 1, we're coming down to these targets down here. And if this thing going on in the world is going to continue, then expect further dumps. But again, for the moment, I am targeting in and around 30,000, that 1.272, because it's such key support in the past for Bitcoin, and it has been holding. So although the 1618, that is our target once we lose 33k, I'm not too certain it will be met. Of course, if things get worse in the world, then 100% it's going to be met. But for the moment, I'm going to stay to what I've been saying and say 30k is my target. So yeah, what is positive though is where we've got this bounce is from this trend line. Now, I have not tampered with this trend line. This trend line has always been on my chart, going through this point, this fake out here, and these 2 points. I have not tampered with this. And oh, I don't know what's going on here now. Sorry, guys. My, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, I was expecting a lot of people to manipulate the lines yesterday, but obviously, so I was expecting a lot of people to manipulate the lines to make it look like it's testing here. But of course, with this dump, they're not going to manipulate the lines. But I haven't. This is exactly where the point was. I told you that we could be coming back down to here a few weeks back as well to form some sort of larger double bottom if this inverse head and shoulders doesn't pan out. And of course, you lost the wick low here where the shoulder could have come all the way down to. But you see the shoulder was just here and we got rejected, lost the low. I gave you technical targets. They've been met now. I said if we're going to get reaction from here, we got rejected. I said if we ever lose this, we're going to come down to here. Now the same is if we lose this 786 slash this low right now, we're going to come down to 33k. And you'd obviously be having a little wick down to this larger 1.272, which is only $500 below this support. And so if we were to lose this support, we would be coming to the lower band of this green box, which is key for Bitcoin to hold going forward if we want to stay at least bullish in the long term. Because if you come down and lose that low, you're definitely going into a monthly bear market if you lose these lows. But we're already in a weekly bear market. If you remember, literally 2 weeks ago or after this weekly candle close, I told you guys, even before this weekly candle close, this is a shooting star. We are going to come down now. Every time in the past that this has been printed, it's always led to a bear market. And still no one wants to believe me. Still people want to listen to those YouTubers, that I personally respected all the way down here, saying that if we lose this, you're going into a bear market. But the same YouTuber, now that we've lost this wick, is not saying this is bearish. Since we lost this, since this red candle, because actually you were holding above this wick with these two. So since losing this wick, which is this red candle, we have been weekly bearish. And I told you guys, I don't care if we go up here. I'm not buying until we reclaim this. And I would only buy from 42k all the way until 52k. So 43k all the way until 52k. I'm still not confident when Bitcoin gets up here. So imagine it going down now. You can imagine I'm not confident whatsoever. And this wick rejection is just showing us that Bitcoin doesn't even want to come into the zone. All I can say for Bitcoin right now is it needs to reclaim this green line over here. You need to stay above this low or maximum this wick low over here. If we close like right now, we would need a pump above this green line next week. We need a weekly candle close back above this, and this would at least in the short term tell us that we can pump back to 39k. That might just be tested as resistance again. Next week we might just come up and test it as resistance and continue lower. We need to be ready for these situations. Please don't be blindsided by these absolute waffle YouTubers, okay? Look at what the bloody chart's telling you, okay? I'm sorry I'm ranting, but I'm getting so annoyed at these guys being continually bullish when we've been going down for 4-5 months now. It is so ridiculous. It really pisses me off. Yes, technically on the monthly time frame, as long as you're above this / these wicks over here, you're technically all right. But how can you ignore the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the 8 hour, the daily, the weekly? Only thing sticking out for Bitcoin right now is the monthly time frame. And does that mean it will hold out? Absolutely not. Just because that's bullish, and yeah, the higher time frame, if it's bullish, you're actually bullish. But guys, look at that on the monthly time frame. Look at that on the monthly time frame. We got 4 days left, and if price is closing like that, we are done for. That's below the 20 monthly EMA. You don't need to be a genius. Just look in the past. Every time you lost the 20 monthly, where'd you go? Boom, 55. Where'd you go? Boom, 55. Where'd you go? Boom, 55. So why would it be any different now? Especially with the macro things happening, like with the world. Sorry, forget Bitcoin, with the world. So it's really time to pay attention, guys. Forget these idiot YouTubers with 100k, 200k, 300k, 1 million subscribers. Listen to what your analysis is telling you. You don't need outsiders. This is why you need to learn this shit for yourself, so you don't rely on anyone else. And I teach this all in my course, in my mentorship. So if you're interested, and you're interested in the trades that I'm taking day to day, then please join the chat so you're kept up to date and not waffle to like by these absolute idiots. I don't care if they're richer than me. I don't care. They're feeding the wrong information right now. They've been telling you the whole way down, buy here, buy here, buy here. All that you've got is red. I know you should buy red, you shouldn't buy green. But guys, we're below such key levels. I told you guys even on the monthly time frame down here that Bitcoin has never closed below the 12 EMA on the monthly. I hope you guys remember. Bitcoin's closed below the 12 EMA in the past, but every time it's come to the 20 EMA, it's eventually gone into a bear market. You won't see in the chart where Bitcoin has closed at the 20 EMA and is continued bullish. I will go back to the beginning right now to prove this point to you guys. Do you see it closing on the 20? No, with the bodies I'm talking about. Here, right there, you closed below the 20, not even with the body. You went to a bear market. Did you close on the 20 the whole way up? No. When did you close on the 20? Right there. What happened? You got rejected by the 12, bear market. Where did you close on the 20? Right there. Got above it, what happened? Bear market. So why is this any different now? This is what I effing don't understand. I'm getting so pissed off. I'm sorry guys, but I need to get my points across. Lose this right now, you're coming to these wick lows, and if that's lost, which I told you we're coming to 30k anyway, if we lose support we're at today on the smaller time frames. But if you come down and lose this, I've told you months back now that we're coming to 23k, and on the weekly time frame your low is 25.5k. I'm sorry for ranting guys, but please smash the like button, click the cat in the bottom right corner to subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think's going on with Bitcoin next. Are we eventually going to get back above this? Even if we get above 43k, I can only be short-term bullish until about here. And it's from here we can still have a dead cat bounce and go into a bear market. So for me personally, Bitcoin's just fucked in the short term. It's all very long term now. It's going to take a long time. If you think this is going to flip around in a couple months, 3 months, 4 months, you're absolutely wrong, okay? This is going to take the rest of the year to sort out. Even if we want to flip bullish, it's going to take the rest of the year. So, or even if it wants to go into this bear market, it's going to take the rest of the year. It's not going to be quick. It's going to be long and grueling, okay? It's going to be a lot of emotional swings. We might start pumping next week. Everyone's going to be bullish again, and we can just dump the next week. You know what I mean? So just look at what's going on in the world. Go ahead and learn it for yourself, so you don't need to rely on anyone else. This is what I beg you guys to do. Just learn it for yourself, so you don't need to rely on anyone else. Perfect, guys. If you want, I'll bring you over to the crypto packages now. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click the cat in the bottom right corner as we're trying to get the channel to 2k subs within these next 4 days. Thank you guys for watching. And yeah, peace. So guys, these are my crypto packages. Let's bring you over to the one-on-one mentorship, where it's £650 one-off payment. You will get video call lessons with me over a 1 month period. We will do 1 or 2 hour lessons every single day, and you don't need any prior knowledge whatsoever. You can have zero, you can already be an advanced or intermediate trader. My job here is to 10x your learning curve. Everything that I'm teaching you has taken me over 3 years to gather and cost me over £10,000, whether that was good courses, bad courses, mistakes, scams, or whatever it was. It cost me over £10,000 to get all this information that I'm personally teaching you. I also had to pay for my mentor over $2,000 for a 2 hour lesson. So what you're getting for this price is absolutely phenomenal. Now, you also get the 6 hour crypto course included in this price, as well as the signals chat until the top of the bull market. Now let's move over to the signals chat. I wouldn't call it signals. This is just basically a group where I post what I'm personally doing, my thoughts on the market, if I think it's going up or down. So there's daily chart updates, but also, yeah, throughout the day, what I'm thinking, or where I'm buying, where I'm selling, where I'm looking to accumulate, or obviously get out the market. This is what's in the crypto chat, and that's £25 for your first month and £40 onwards. Then we can move over to the 6 hour crypto course. There are over 35 plus videos in this. You don't need any prior knowledge to start. You can be beginner, intermediate, or advanced level trader. My job here is to 10x your learning curve, to make you into that self-sufficient trader, to make you into a trader that doesn't need outsiders' help. Not my help, not any YouTubers' help, or any crappy group chat. So if you're interested in this, you also do get a one-on-one mentorship lesson with me at the end of the course, so you can get any questions answered, so you're clear and you know exactly what to do going forward. If you're interested in any of these packages, then please go to my Twitter at Louis_crypto and literally comment down below and just say, Louis, I'm interested, and I'll personally private message you to see if you qualify for any of these packages. Thank you guys for listening, watching the video. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll catch you in the next one.